Oh my, it must be Mark Z. Mark Z Legal Staffing, Mark Zwetschgenbaum. Every week, the Mark Z moment on Radio Entrepreneurs. I couldn't wait. I haven't spoken to him in a couple of weeks. I think something happened last week. Oh, it was a holiday. So, hi, Mark. How are you doing?
Good, Jeff. Great to see you, buddy. The sun is shining, and so hopefully that's a good sign for this week after the monsoons we've been having.
Yeah, well, I think the rain's coming back, but we'll learn to deal with it. It sort of ruined my plans for this week, but we'll try to adjust to it. So, Mark, so much going on in the world of personnel, and I keep seeing stories every day. What do you have for us? What have you picked for us today that's fresh?
By the way, before we go into that, I have this vision of you. Remember Gilligan's Island, the skipper in the boat, you in Cape Cod with your little boat, and the rain's coming in with you as the skipper.
Wait a second. Have you ever been in my little boat?
I have been fortunate to have that privilege.
Yeah, I was just complaining. I have somebody outside my house who sails every single day, and he's making me look bad. So
We're going to get you out there again.
yeah, every day. I don't know if I could do that anymore. But Mark, again, back. What's the fresh fruit of the day?
We're going to talk about parental leave and particularly it's gender neutral now in terms of fathers and mothers. So there's a lot of professionals and managers and people at any level of income source are entitled to parental leave under the state law, which went into effect a couple of years ago and has been codified in recent months. And the interesting part about it, it's really seeping into this next generation of professionals who are looking to have coverage. So you have now female professionals who've always had maternity leave, and they've had the benefits, but now a significant part of the female employees come back to work. And then now what the state is saying, you're eligible, even if the company doesn't have it, there's a whole policy where you're eligible to be paid by the state because you're paying in and employers pay a certain portion. So the fathers can take time to bond with the child. And that is a really important point. And we're finding recently negotiations with employers that candidates really want to make sure there's not only a quality maternity leave policy in play, but a paternity leave policy under parental leave.
Well, so many thoughts come to mind, Mark. First of all, I remember, since you and I are older than a lot of people who are having children right now, I hope someone our age is not having children. Some do. But I remember when I was working as an executive in companies as a younger person having children, all of us as a rule would get that day off the day the baby was born, the men. That's all we got.
Right.
Not always that way. It could have been afterward, but I know it was like my wife's having a baby today, so I'm going to be off, today or Thursday or whatever it is. And I do know that other countries have really progressed with these laws faster than the United States. But I guess Massachusetts is really taking a lead position within the country about doing this, because this is not the way it is in every state.
Correct. Massachusetts has really pursued a policy that even when employers don't have a policy in place, and a lot of employers are beginning to do so, the prospective employee pays in to the state, and then the state covers a certain amount for partial benefits once they decide to take parental leave. And it's something that is very important. The state has recognized it with the workforce, and it's part of the whole bonding with your child. And what a lot of couples are doing is when usually the mother will take the initial maternity part, and then when she goes back, then either the second mother, if it's two mothers, or the second father, if it's two fathers, but it can be from adoption. It can be for it's for bonding of the child. And
So it's they're not discriminating. They're really saying it's
correct.
across the board. It's about parenting.
That's parenting. So it could
Right.
be two mothers, two fathers, um, a man and a woman, but whatever it is, as far as the couple, they can take that time and balance it out and each take part of it.
Well, again, using our age as an example, we've come a long way in 30 years. Not only did we not get paternity leave or maternity leave back then, uh, but the rules were very different for men than they were for women all the way through the whole system. And we were looked at as almost a second species. And so I'm really glad that you're filling us in about this. But if people want more information, Marc, and I'm always encouraging people to talk with you since you seem to be up on everything. People forget that Marc Z is also an attorney. He doesn't just do personnel work. And so he comes to this knowledge as a professional. If someone wants to find you, Marc, the attorney and personnel person, do that.
First of all, Jeff, go on the Radio Entrepreneurs website, radioentrepreneurs.com. Google Marc Z, M-A-R-C, and the letter Z will come right up. Go to marczlegal.com, marczlegal.com, and 617-338-1300.
Oh, that's great, Marc. And I know we're going to see you again next week on Radio Entrepreneurs.